Alright, so this week we watched, in this 8 fucking creature pack, we watched Curse of the Wolf, written and directed by Lynn Kavizinski, or aka Leon South, I guess?
Yeah.
And we watched Amir Shervan's Killing American Style, by far his most competent movie. I don't know if I'd call it great or good or anything, but it's something. It makes sense. But, Travis, do you want to explain Curse of the Wolf?
Okay. Curse of the Wolf. Well, first of all, it's filmed by just this group of friends in Pennsylvania.
Iowa.
Or,
I think it was Iowa.
it was Iowa?
Well, you know what? Pennsylvania was one of the locations.
Yeah.
But I feel like they were wearing Iowa shirts.
It was just
though.
some little small Midwest town. And it was a bunch of, it looks like a group of friends just filmed a movie and called Curse of the Wolf. They do some martial arts.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah.
And, you know, the werewolves started attacking, but they're not very good werewolves. Their powers aren't very strong.
No.
Because normal people that just know a little bit of martial arts are able to take them out.
The best thing about the werewolves is you can tell they took like cotton balls and like painted it gray and just like hot glued it or just like half-ass glued it on their skin, and that was the transformation.
Yeah.
And they put like really bad Halloween mask on, Halloween gloves. Now to this movie's credit, I will give it this. I mean, they had no money. Like this is literally some guys. Lynn Kavizinski and his buddies got together
on their camcorder,
and they had a couple cameras, and they made a fucking movie. And believe it or not, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Like, I really did like this.
I mean, it had some comical stuff to it, but
sure. I mean,
not that it was like they were trying to be funny. It was just because it was so terrible. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, they had no production value.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's things that they could and couldn't do with no money, but what little bit of money they had, they made a competent movie. It's silly, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's a fucking movie that Lynn Kavizinski and his friends made.
It is a movie.
They're like, fuck it. They're like, you know what? We got Saturday and Sunday off.
Yeah.
We're making a fucking movie.
Right.
And they shot in a lot of places, like in the bar, in the woods, in Lynn Kavizinski's mom's house. We're assuming
a couple of different. I think there was a couple of different moms' houses in this.
But all right, Travis, like. I don't even remember how this thing starts. It just starts off with the main our main actress in this, the blonde actress who doesn't get naked, right?
Does not. She's
the only woman who doesn't get naked. Okay, it starts off with her. I don't remember how it starts.
There was a cold opening. That's right, because there was a whole cold opening.
That's right. There was, yeah.
And I think it was a scene where someone gets killed by a wolf person or whatever, and they had a news guy on, and he was just like, the park. Yeah.
So whenever the kids, the young punks are at the park, that was in the cold opening. Okay. So at the beginning, we see some kids at a park, right?
The local goth kids.
And they're literally at a park, like a child's playground area.
Even though they're like 30.
Yeah. And they're sliding down the slide.
Yeah.
And they're wearing Seven Dust shirts.
Drinking 40s.
Yeah, like they're like the punk rockers.
Yeah.
And then they're murdered by the purple-haired werewolf man.
Right.
Who is one of the many werewolf men. Well, I guess there's 3 of them.
He's the bumbling fat idiot one.
Yeah. And it's when you first see the guy, he's like in his underwear, and they're like putting in fart effects.
Yeah.
It was really stupid. It was
watching him
stupid.
walk down the hall, eat a cheeseburger in his underwear.
Yeah. That's right. He wakes up and like immediately lights a joint and then takes a bite of a cheeseburger. And we're like, so this is Lynn Kavizinski's fat best friend?
Yeah.
Or that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's got to be his fat best friend.
This is just his friend he put in a movie. Well, like, probably all of them, really, though. I mean,
well, yeah. They're clearly all his friends.
Yeah.
I'm just going to roast this bone real quick.
Yeah.
This movie's kind of hard to talk about because
I mean,
it really wasn't bad. Like it's I can't really make fun of this because
it's not, but it's not good.
No. I mean, it has no money. Like this was a micro budget. Like he might have made this thing for like $1,000.
If you had $3.74, I guess, and you wanted to be a little entertained, sure,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might even try negotiating with the Walmart lady and seeing if she'd take $1 less. But hey.
So I paid $3.74 for this at Walmart, and it has 9 movies on it, and they're all not even worth talking about. But the only reason I bought this was for Curse of the Wolf. I was like, if I ever come across this movie, I'm gonna buy it. And I'll be damned.
They do have the theme song.
Yeah, which is great.
It's like this, hardcore metal song.
It's like new metal. Yeah, it's like it's the Curse of the Wolf.
Yeah, with this crappy like voiceover.
Yeah, it was great. I'm hoping I can play it and they don't like flag me for copyright. But if I can, I'll play it right here.
Curse of the Wolf. Yeah!
Len Kabasinski is a bad actor.
Yeah.
Like, he might be the worst actor. He is the worst actor in this movie by far. I can't think of anyone worse than him.
The bar owner was pretty bad.
You're one woman who looks like she's got some rather angry individuals after her.
There's not really a timeline to this. It's blonde woman wants to get away from the pack. The pack hunts her down. She does it again. Then she runs away again.
And other
There's
people
some dialogue there, and then nothing really happens until she meets Len Kabasinski and the bar owner and all of them, and that's whenever things kind of go into motion.
Friggin' moron.
Len Kabasinski did splits in leather pants. That's impressive.
Because her boyfriend, the guy that she met in the bathroom.
Yeah, and 2 days later they were in love.
Right, but first she meets this guy in the bathroom because she's
hiding.
Right, because she's running away from the pack that's hunting her down. So she goes into a men's restroom and hides. And then just a random guy walks in there, and she just grabs him and like sits on his lap. And then this is really comical because the leader guy kicks in the stall and the guy's like, "Hey man, occupado" or some shit.
Yeah.
And then you see her crawling underneath the next stall
As they're staring at him.
Yeah.
For a good 10 seconds.
The pack walks up to blonde woman and her friend who also works at the vet office.
Okay.
And the pack leader's like, "You come with us or we're gonna kill her." Talking about the brunette friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think they're gonna do it, and I'll be damned. He's like, "You have one less friend." And he shoots her right in the fucking head.
Yeah, that was a pretty G thing.
Yeah.
I have a life. I have friends.
Now you have one less. Oh shit, shoot her. Oh, he did it!
It doesn't, for a movie that doesn't really make any sense, it's not bad. I can't, that's why I'm saying, like, it's really hard to talk about this because it doesn't make any sense. Like,
I think it's because you can tell they were just a group of friends.
A
group of friends who just wanted to make a movie about something that they liked.
They're like wolves?
That they thought was cool, and they did that. And so, therefore, you can tell that they're having fun doing it. Mm-hmm. So, therefore, that comes through when you're watching it. It's not necessarily a good movie at all.
No.
But because you can tell they're really having the time of their life making it, maybe that comes through.
And to Len Kabasinski's credit, like, all those women, they're like, "Yeah, fuck it, we'll get naked on camera."
Yeah.
Which,
Well, that's the local strip club.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about. Like, I bet he went to the local strip club.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that would frequent
the
strip club a lot. And
all of those women look like they dance at the strip club.
Yeah.
You really need to forget about that bitch.
Tina really likes her Percocets.
Oh, good for Len Kabasinski. Got some hot chicks.
And he's like, hey, you want to be in a movie? I'm writing this movie about wolves, about lichens and shit. He's like, you can be in it, but you're gonna have to show them titties.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, he's an old evil guy. Although looking at him, he actually looks like a pretty normal guy.
But you're gonna be an empowered woman wolf too. You know?
Yeah, we do get a Lynn Kabazinski sex scene in this.
Yeah.
That was a very awkward sex sequence. But that does happen. And
I didn't understand it. It was just like, this was just put in because he wanted to do this.
well, no, we talked about because there's 2 random songs in this
Oh my lord.
that make no fucking sense and have nothing to do
We have a
with the
theory
scenes
that it's
behind
just
them.
his artsy girlfriend who
Right.
was just like, I want to put some of my songs in the movie.
We're a little confused.
Oh
What's-
boy.
First time.
What is it with the music in this movie? So weird.
Yeah. This is the least sexy music on the face of the earth.
For the first time.
But apparently he thought this is what sets the mood.
Maybe it's an Iowa thing.
Guess so.
I'm a little
This is Iowa Norse music.
Her tattoos are rubbing off.
Yeah.
The Sharpie that they put those on with is coming off.
I'm a little confused and dismayed. How did you get here? And what's your name? I'm a little confused and dismayed.
That's gotta be her singing those songs, right?
Probably.
She's like, I'll agree to have sex in this movie, but you gotta put 2 songs of mine inside your movie. Okay, whatever. I'll do it.
Fine. But none of that stuff about cats. I'm putting at least 1 cat song in.
Alright, you can have 1 cat song.
Yeah.
I would like to break this thing down more, but there's nothing
There's
to break down. It's just literally it's just people standing in his mom's house talking,
or in the bar,
or in the bar talking,
or in the woods,
or in the woods talking, and then
Yeah.
they fight a little bit.
and then they had wolves and martial artists fight.
Yeah, and I will say this: that there was one cool effect where, like, the face melts whenever they're transforming it into the lichens. They look pretty cool. You only see it for a split second, but actually they did it. I think for the micro budget that they had,
Yeah.
I thought it looked pretty cool. That's actually a decent effect, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they do all the close-ups and everything on it, but it's not bad looking. So the lead actress takes shots to not transform
All throughout the movie.
all throughout the movie. At the end, when she fights the skinhead guy, who is the main villain of the pact, she transforms.
Lets her wolf out.
Right. She transforms.
And then she basically swipes his head off of his body.
Yes. Yep.
With her paw.
Yep.
And then you have the bar owner and the guy that she fell in love with who are like, come on, let's get out of here. And you think they leave. Then it cuts to morning.
They do leave. Like, they walk off.
Yeah. And then it cuts to morning and she's waking up and she's now back to her human form. And
With a bullet through her head.
Yeah.
She got
was
shot in the head point blank.
But she's okay now. And she wakes up and she has this key in her hand. And then she just looks up and her boyfriend's just there. And he's like, I waited for you.
Yeah, no, remember because she asked, she's like, you waited all night.
Yeah.
And he's like, I did.
Yeah, I'll always wait for you, baby. What the fuck? It showed both of them leaving. I'd never leave you.
Look, he's still fucked up.
That's why I left you the key to my apartment in your hand. That guy kind of talks like Bill Clinton. And then he's like, why don't you check your hand? And she just has this key. And he's like, that's the key to your future if you want it to be. So he goes from 2 days ago meeting her in a bathroom stall to, hey, you want to move in together? I'm in love with you.
Yeah. And all he does is drive her home, and then he immediately gets captured by the werewolves and is tortured.
Right.
Up until that point.
Right. He was not consequential to her at all. He was just some random dude she had met. But now the love interest of the entire movie.
Yeah, and it's not set up great, but like I said, like in this movie, it weirdly works.
Yeah.
It made sense in a weird, nonsensical way, but it made sense.
If they had had just a little bit more money for this, you know, if they could have gotten a decent camera and some lighting and some sound, then and some actors, then this.
So
would
you're
have been
basically saying
good.
a whole new movie?
Yeah. but with what they had,
I think that's being a little harsh.
you know, with what they had, I feel like, you know, okay, they did what they wanted to do. They wanted to make a movie about this curse of a wolf, and that's what they did.
Yep.
And you know, I guess to them, I'm sure it was a great accomplishment.
Well, sure.
You know?
And Lynn Kabazinski, I think he has like 8 movies out,
Yeah.
I think, or something. So
I mean, hey, he's doing
the
something.
dude makes movies.
Right.
He's like, fuck it. He's like, when he's not working at wherever the fuck he works.
Yeah, you
at the
know,
bar, I
Office
guess.
Depot or something.
I think was you that said that they're all working. They walk at
yeah,
the bar
they
together.
all work at the bar, or they're in the Taekwondo class together.
I mean, it's on an 8 creature pack
If
for
you
$3
have,
and 74 cents for a reason.
If you have an hour and a half of your life to spare, why not?
Yeah, throw on Curse of the Wolf. It's not.
Definitely
It's not
get
bad.
inebriated in some way before watching this.
Sure.
Because it makes it so much better.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Curse of the Wolf.
Now, before we even talk about this next one, I'd like to point out that on the back of this, the caption for this movie says, the first thing that it says is raping, robbing, kidnapping, and then killing. But the first thing that comes is raping. So that just let you know that, you know, going off. Oh, and then in the movie, the guy that's involved with the raping, it says here, and sexual sadist John Lynch, as played by himself. So I guess they actually hired an actual rapist to play a rapist. I guess they wanted to go with the method acting for, you know.
And he looks like a fucking rapist.
And he looks like a rapist.
Just
so
the-
good job, I guess.
The first time you see him on screen, you're like, that guy's a rapist.
Yeah.
Like, he just looks like it.
But anyway, I just wanted to point that out before we even started talking about the actual movie.
So this is Killing American Style. This is, which the title's amazing. But this is Amir Chevron's, I don't know if this is his first movie or second, third, I don't know. So this starts out with them robbing, Robert Zadar, John Lynch, and the guy Looney.
Yeah.
He's the fat guy with the blue shirt on. They rob a ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Like depot,
Yeah.
where they park, I
They
guess.
just park a bunch of ice cream trucks, and they thought this place has got the cash, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Which I also believe was in Samurai Cop, that same location. Oh, actually, all the locations in this we've seen in all his other movies, which I thought was interesting. Just a little side note. Whenever Robert Zadar and John Lynch and that guy Looney robbed the ice cream depot facility. Yeah, facility. There you go. That's even better. They go inside the building and they hold it up and they're like, "We want the money." Robert Zadar's like, "We want the money."
Looney, go get the money. Now.
And they literally hand him a sack of money.
Yeah, just a big burlap sack of money.
That was inside of a fucking drawer. They
Yeah.
open a drawer
Yeah.
and they hand him a sack of money.
Or we assume it's money because we never actually see what's in it. It's just a bag that's got lumps, you know, that you're assuming is money.
Yeah, unfortunately there was no big dollar sign on it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's okay. We give it pass. But it's a large sack of money. Is it a big sack? It's a big sack of money.
Robert Zadar has his sex scene,
Oh, that's right.
and then the
That's
cops
right.
show up.
John Lynch was he was at a strip club, right? Yeah, because he was at the club that was in Young Rebels, I want to say. Like, I think he was at the same
Right,
club.
right.
Remember, because that girl's like she's dancing in front of him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I want to say that's whenever they arrest John Lynch.
Freeze, Lynch! Freeze, Lynch! Police, you're under arrest!
Freeze, Lynch! Freeze, Lynch!
Put your hands behind your head. Now!
And then they put him on a bus together. Remember that they're on the prison bus?
Right, right. And that's when his stepbrother,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
comes in to
Robert
save him.
Zadar's.
Yeah, Robert Zadar's stepbrother comes to break them out on this prison bus that's driving out in the Californian desert.
Yeah.
And he poses as a woman
Who looks nothing like a woman.
yes, whose truck has crashed on the side of the road and her husband is hurt.
Somebody please help me. He's hurt. Please, somebody help us. Oh my God.
Now that's a man.
Somebody please help us.
The cops see Jesse, the Robert Zadar's brother, on the side of the road, who's dressed as a woman. And why don't they just radio in? They have walkie-talkies. Just be like, hey,
right.
someone's dying over here. We have all these inmates.
Yeah, we can't stop.
We can't stop.
So here's their location.
Right.
Send an ambulance.
Yeah, send someone as soon as possible.
Because then that would end the movie right there.
Yeah, that's whenever John Lynch and Robert Zadar go to our protagonist's house, which I don't even know his name. I don't know what the fuck his name. Morgan, was that right?
Yeah, John Morgan.
John Morgan. Okay, so they go to John Morgan's house.
They're on the run.
Right.
And so but their stepbrother has been shot during that shootout with the police when they tried to escape.
That's right.
And so they've got to find somewhere where they can stop, but they can't go to a hospital because it's too risky.
Right.
So they go to this house because they see these two women and they think it's easy pickings, you know.
I don't think it's that. I think they just pick the first house they see.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Look at this guy. Look at this.
Wake up, Lynch! Let's get him!
The stable keeper, Jose, and his family are there.
But we don't know his family's there
we
till
don't know
later.
his family's there till later. But Jose is there, and they come up on Jose, and they just shoot him and kill him, and then they just pick his body up and then throw him in the stable.
It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, who are you?
We're not Jews.
I tell them you stay here.
You're gonna tell them nothing. What's the matter? And does the family make you nervous?
Whoa. He's like, God, you gotta kill everybody?
Come on, let's go, my man.
And the funniest thing is, they pick him up and they throw him over the door, and then John Lynch immediately walks inside the door.
Yeah. You better. It turns out that the John Morgan's wife, her sister's staying with them at the time, and she's a nurse.
Yeah.
So
she's
they're
conveniently
like,
a nurse.
Yeah, they're like, you better go take care of my brother, or I'm gonna kill everyone here.
Yep.
And then that's when she suggests that they get this doctor,
Dr. Fuji,
Dr. Fuji,
who was the waiter from Samurai Cop.
right. But around that time,
He was also in
is
Young
when,
Rebels too.
John Morgan and his son show up back at the house from their little pit stop at the dojo, I guess.
Right.
The Hispanic kid's dad starts taunting John Morgan.
He's
hey,
like, you're a chicken. For
Yeah.
some reason, calling somebody a chicken, not a pussy or
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
They're just like, you're a chicken. You're a chicken. You're real, not chicken shit.
Yeah.
You're just a chicken. Yeah, just a chicken. You're
that
a
really
chicken.
stuck in his craw.
Yeah, and then John Morgan's like, all right, he's like, we're gonna fight. But let's do it in the ring.
Yeah.
Cut to them in the ring, and he's wearing pink overalls. John Morgan has pink overalls.
Yeah, very Van Damme-ish.
I don't even know where the hell you even buy pink overalls.
Yeah,
at,
probably from Van Damme.
But he's got pink overalls.
I'm not chicken. I'll fight you.
Come on, ignore him.
Hey, don't ignore my son.
Yeah, he's kicking like his dad. So you want to fight? Wait a minute. I knew you were a chicken. If you want to fight, let's do it in the ring.
And then he fights the Asian kid's dad,
Rich
who's
guy.
white, and he whoops his ass.
Yeah, whoops his ass.
Kicks him out of the ring. And they go get Dr. Fuji, and they come back with another long-ass chase sequence. It makes no fucking sense. But whenever Dr. Fuji gets back to the house, he's working on the brother who shot, and the brother's laying on a waterbed. On a fucking waterbed.
Because that's a good work surface for someone in the medical field to do surgery on. While they bring this doctor back to perform this surgery on his brother who's been shot, they decide to give John Morgan a shot or a sedative to keep him from doing anything stupid while they're waiting.
Because John Lynch hit him in the back of the head with a gun. He pistol whipped him, basically, because he got into a fight with Robert Zadar at one point.
Right.
Is that right, Doc? Yes. Yes, sir. I'll tell you what. We'll leave when I'm good and ready. No more! No more!
Oh, I was not even close to his head.
Then good old, I guess, what did they call him here? Sexual sadist John Lynch decides this is a good time to go sneak into their bathroom where his wife is taking a bath.
Right, and here's the thing. There are a bunch of strangers in your house. Yeah. And yet you find it a good time to take a bath.
Bubble bath.
A bubble bath, right.
Uh-oh.
There's a room, like, your house is full of strangers, and you find it a good time to take a bath.
Hey, this is how most women like to relieve their stress. You know,
I guess so.
Nice bubble bath at the end of the day.
I guess they had to have some way to get a rape scene.
If I felt that dirty, I think I would just take a quick shower, maybe.
I wouldn't even shower, like, there's fucking random people in my house.
But definitely not gonna just kick back and take a nice, long, relaxing bubble bath.
And she's sitting there, like, patting her face, like she's, like, in there
the
fully
only thing
relaxing.
that was missing was, like, candles.
Yeah, exactly.
The sexual sadist, John Lynch, sees John Morgan, who's, you know, under this sedative, and decides this is a good time to sneak into this bathroom while his wife's taking a bath and just rape her.
It's like the creepiest rape scene.
That's like not even a well done sex scene.
No, it's just what was the purpose of that rape scene? I mean, clearly the guy was a rapist just by looking at him. He fucks her, you know, from behind.
Sort of. I mean,
it's like the worst.
It was a really awkward position.
Yeah, like just watching it makes you feel really dirty.
Once again, he looks like a guy who rapes.
Yeah,
and I mean, they actually call him sexual sadist. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say that guy's raped somebody before.
Yeah, probably. But it was just the most awkward rape scene. It was. It really came out of nowhere. Like, there was no need for it. And then that's whenever John Morgan goes upstairs and gets his son, puts his son on the roof, the son gets the gun, and then that's whenever they say the line of the movie, he's like, we're going to kill him American style, which was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
I'll kill him American style.
He shoots John Lynch, but he doesn't. It's not a
kill
shot.
him. Yeah, he's
and
hurt.
then his wife comes in behind him with a shotgun.
With the shotgun,
and blows his basically his junk off. Yeah,
dick. Blows his dick off.
And that's the kill shot for him.
Right. Yeah.
That's her revenge for the rape. Uh-oh.
Nothing came out of the barrel, but all right.
Jim Brown shows up.
With the rest of the police.
And this is the complete Lethal Weapon ripoff.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious because it's John Morgan is fighting Robert Zadar.
Just like Gary Busey and Mel Gibson.
Yeah, exactly. And then you even have like the black cop who's there, which is Jim Brown. It's supposed to be Danny Glover. And they're just watching them fight and beat the shit out of each other. And I'm pretty sure they even use the same moves from Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Let's do it man to man.
Wait. What the fuck just happened? Is the kid not there now?
No. He gave him the keys, so he let him go.
Now they're gonna fight in hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah. Because, you know, there's still this whole, like, honor system thing going on.
This is straight from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
It's like this guy saw Lethal Weapon and said, I can make a movie just like that. And
which later on, like Hollywood Cop and Samurai Cop do have a lot of Lethal Weapon influences. This one doesn't really, except for the last fight
for the
sequence.
fight scene.
Yeah, except the very last one. But yeah, you can definitely tell that like that in fight sequence was definitely from Lethal Weapon, because literally Jim Brown stands there and watches Robert Zadar and that guy John Morgan beat the shit out of each other.
Right.
And then actually how it ends is that John Morgan and Jim Brown shoot the guy at the same time.
Right.
Just like Danny Glover and Mel Gibson did to Gary Busey, which I thought that was was interesting.
That's enough. Just shoot him.
They even did the double thing at the end where both the cops shoot the guy, just like Lethal Weapon. It wasn't quite the same, but it was, similar enough. It wasn't quite the same, but it had similarities.
It's similar to it, though,
Yeah. And then the movie just ends. Like, Jim Brown's like, hey. He's like, you have a nice ranch, roll credits. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah, you got a nice place here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And that's it. And the movie's over.
You know, it's a very peaceful ranch.
Yeah, it used to be.
Well, it will be, my friend.
Okay.
Okay.
And it was pretty good action flick. I mean, it kept me entertained throughout the whole way. It had some funny parts to it.
Yeah.
It had Jim Brown.
Yeah, randomly.
I mean, I would say if you're at home on the weekend and you're stoned and flipping through the channels or something like that,
you'll never see this on TV.
Yeah, you'd never probably see this on TV. But if you find this somewhere in a discount bin or
it's
something,
on Amazon though. It's on Amazon.
or if it's
Prime.
on there you go. It's on Amazon.
It's
So
Prime.
if you've got nothing else to watch one Saturday and you're stoned and just looking for something to be entertained with, Killing American Style will do it.
This movie's entertaining. So Travis, you would definitely recommend this?
Yeah, I'd recommend that one.
Okay, I would too. All right, Curse of the Wolf.
I mean,
would you recommend Curse of the Wolf?
No.
I'm the opposite. I would say watch Curse of the Wolf. It's not good by any means, but it's something that I respect what they did. As a group of friends that got together and made a movie, and they made multiple movies, and I respect that because that's hard to do. It's hard to find time to get together and make a movie when you have no money and you're shooting outside, you're shooting people's house.
But I can respect what they do and still think it's terrible. And
well, yeah, I mean, it's not
Yeah.
it's not a well constructed movie by any means, but I would say it's worth watching. Yeah, Looney, the fat guy in the blue shirt.
Who also has one of the best lines in the movie.
Turn around, put your ass to me. 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 Turn around, put your ass to me.